Hello, welcome to the land of Kakiak. My name is Laurel. So my last video, I shared my planning process for planning my my soon-to-be ninth grader's upcoming freshman year for his slate of courses. And I went over my state requirements and I had a little free worksheet you could download if you needed help, something to help you organize your courses. But I'll link that video for you in the description box. Today, I thought I would start a little series where I just took you through those individual courses that I had planned and what curriculum I chose to fulfill those requirements. So today, I'm going to start with literature and composition. I did decide to go with Easy Peasy's Homeschool High School. I hope I'm saying that right. It's an online course and it's completely free. And we have used Easy Peasy readers. If you've followed my channel for a while, you know the base of our homeschool education has always been the Robinson curriculum. Not always, but in recent years has been the Robinson curriculum. And I found the Easy Peasy readers, looking through stuff, but because there were so many titles that it shared with the book list, with the RC book list, and it was just a really economical way to access those books already printed. I didn't have to print them out. If you know, the RC curriculum is it's all digital and you can just print out all of your books and stuff, but sometimes that's just a pain. It's just nice to have a reader that's already printed for you and bound and everything. So I started getting into Easy Peasy for the readers, and I'm actually just a really big fan of their site, and that they provide it all for free, which is just amazing, and I feel like it's really good quality stuff. So I chose to go with them for the literature and composition for my son's freshman year. And I'm going to show you the pieces that I bought, because you can do it all completely online, but you can buy components of it if you want, so you don't have to print things yourself and stuff like that. Through Amazon. I'll link to those as well, and they're really affordable. So I am going to first take a look at my computer. Please forgive, I feel like my computer's always my screen's always dirty. I always feel like I notice that afterwards. Look past that, my dirty computer. I'm going to kind of show you the basic layout of the website and how it's, they just log in every day. And then I'll show you the printed materials that I bought through Amazon. Okay, so if you go to their main page, which is allinoneHomeschool.com, to get to the high school courses, you have to go over here. But I was going to show you, there's an Easy Peasy store, right? You can buy their books and things straight from their store. Shop books and workbooks to work offline, right? Shop by level, shop by size subject, shop printables for online courses. It's really, really user-friendly. But to get to the high school courses, you have to go to high school. Now, literature and composition 1, I think it says it's for 8th or 9th grade, and I'm choosing to use it for 9th grade. So we're going to go to courses. I'm going to go to English, literature and composition 1. There was other ones there too. There's literature and composition 2, American literature, British literature, advanced literature and composition. So they've got a good selection of high school courses. Okay, yes, recommended 8th or 9th. This is 1 full credit. Test prep, PSAT and SAT. So this is an honors high school level course requiring students to analyze a wide variety of literature. Students will be reading an autobiography, science fiction, and allegorical novels, poetry, short stories, and plays. They will review grammar, vocabulary, and spelling, as well as the elements of a story. They will focus on poetic and literary devices such as metaphor and irony. Students will be required to present orally as well as to produce numerous written works. Writing assignments include narratives, articles, essays, research, ads, letters, poetry, and a final project of writing a play. A final exam is given at the end of the course. Okay, so you can do it completely offline, and it's just showing you here. Check out the books here. So these are the books I actually bought. So I bought the readers, right, the 1 and 2. You'll need both of them for the year. A composition and vocabulary workbook, and the language arts workbook. So this one's like, I think, vocabulary, and this one's like other language arts stuff. Let's see how much is the reader? So $18.90. And I always, things like readers and stuff, you really don't need a brand new copy unless you really want to. They are, soft covers, so they're not quite as durable if you're passing them down. But I like to look at this. Used and new from $4.45. So I always, when going to my readers, I always go to the new or used and just look for the best quality. So they've got them up to good, right? And so this one, so it's like $9 with shipping, and you could get that book so at half the price. If you were really wanting to watch your budget, but which I usually do. I usually get used copies of stuff, but I think that this is pretty reasonable for half a year. I think this is like all the reading. And then let's see, how much is the vocabulary workbook? It's about $12. And I'm going to show you inside of these. And the language arts workbook, $14. Okay, so you'll need all those books to do this offline, if you're going to do offline. So you could do it completely for free, just online. Here, you don't have to buy those. So the reading list, and then we can know it's included for free in the online assignment, so no need to purchase separately. I believe all the reading selections are in the public domain, so they can just provide those to you. You could just read them online. So historic autobiography of your choosing, Pilgrim's Progress, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, plays Romeo and Juliet, The Importance of Being Earnest. I like The Importance of Being Earnest. I like that one. The movie version's good. Short stories, Gift of the Magi, Ransom of Red Chief, Cask of Amontillado. I'm probably saying it wrong. The Necklace, and other excerpts. Poetry, Emily Dickinson and others. All right, so there's a little synopsis of what literature they'll be covering. And then you just go here, lesson 1. So you'll need your vocabulary notebook, and they suggest a composition or spiral notebook as well. When there's an asterisk, it indicates there's something to prep for the lesson. Welcome to your first day of school. And you can check, they have a way that you can the kids can keep track of their assignments online as well. They create an account, and they encourage a peer editing partner, right? For my son, I'm sure that'll just be me. I'll be reading his papers and giving feedback. So it says, they start with vocabulary, and then they do reading, and then grammar, and that's what they do for that day. And it tells them exactly what to do. So for vocabulary, go through these words and definitions, practice taking notes, label it as Unit 1. So this is why if you didn't buy the workbook, I guess you would need the spiral notebook. But abdicate. I'm assuming these are words that are in their books, in their readers. And there's 7. Looks like they're giving them 7 words. And they've got these flashcards. So write down what you need and that you understand what it means. If you need to hear how to pronounce the word at any time throughout the course, type it into the dictionary.com and click on the speaker icon. Okay. Reading. Choose an autobiography to read. Ben Franklin, David Crockett, blah, blah, blah. They tell you figure out how many pages a day you'll need to read in order to finish by lesson 30. You have 30 school days. Just divide up the pages by how many days you have to read and have them make sure that they're staying on track. Print out a grading sheet to keep track of all the little grades from quizzes and assignments. So it's teaching them how to they're actually keeping track of their own grades. Principal grading sheet. Let's see what it looks like. Nice. Okay. Read about subject and verbs from the grammar book. So it gives us some definitions here. This is probably review, I'm assuming, right? Take the quiz. We'll see what lesson 1 looks like in the book form. This is what it would look like online. I want to compare. The point is learning, so if you get something wrong, be curious as to why and give your brain a treat and figure it out. Play the subject and predicate review game. This is kind of fun. What is this? Okay, let's do the subject. The people in the car are excited to go on the trip. What is the simple predicate? Okay, so let's see if I remember what a predicate is. So the subject is what's doing the doing, and the predicate is the action part. So the simple predicate are excited to go on the trip. I think it's are excited. Correct. The Romans made the first pie with 2 crusts. What is the simple subject? Romans. Okay, fun. Okay, so that's a little game they can play. This is the end of your work for this course. For your first day, you are allowed to move at your own pace. This is homeschooling, but it's intended you complete 1 lesson a day. Okay, cool. So they said vocabulary. They created a reading plan. They picked their autobiography, created a reading plan this first day, and did some grammar review. And that's what their first lesson was. All right. And then there's like 180, I think, days of this. So I believe, right? That's what their reader is for through 180 days. All right. So let's take a look at the books, the offline books. Okay. So these are the books I got. Here's the reader lessons 1 through 90, and then 91 through 180. And then there's a vocabulary workbook and the language arts workbook. Okay, let's start out by looking at the reader. So it says in the course description, it says this high school level course requires students to analyze a wide variety of literature. Yeah, okay. Let's see, course reading list gives you the reading list, the plays, the short stories, the poetry, and table of contents. Okay, a narrative of the life of David Crockett. So it looks like that is the historic autobiography that you get. The Gift of the Magi, Cask of Amontillado, the necklace, the ransom of Red Chief, Romeo and Juliet, the Pilgrim's Progress. Lessons 1 through 30. So it said you can choose your autobiography. You can choose David Crockett. David Crockett is provided, or you could choose a different one. David Crockett is 17 chapters. So let me see. So there's a preface and then chapter 1. It's a nice clean print, easy to read. This looks like it goes through here. There's a little note at the end that David Crockett served in Congress. All right, so yeah, this much of the book of the reader is David Crockett's autobiography. And then Gift to the Magi. I was just seeing if there's anything extra that goes along. Look, sometimes there's little extra things in here, like there's Gift to the Magi, and then lesson 32. This is a biography of O. Henry. So they're giving you a little biography of the author. That's nice. And there's a plot summary, setting, characters, type of work in your publication. It's a short story. It was published in a newspaper. Some context. The number 3, there's lots of 3s in the story. Okay, so I like that there's like these teaching components to accompany their analysis of the book. Now they're going on to Edgar Allan Poe. They do know that it's edited. Read the Ransom of Red Chief. There's some drama terms in here. Soliloquy, aside, simile, personification, metaphor, dramatic irony, oxymoron. Good. So I like that. I like because it's like having your teacher built in to the reader with you. Okay, so it's reading, but it's also teaching. And then let's look at the vocabulary workbook. Each 5-lesson week will have a vocabulary unit. The first 3 lessons of the week will present the vocabulary words, read them out loud and use them in sentences. The 4th lesson will be an activity to help drill in the vocabulary words. The 5th lesson will be a graded quiz. There will be review from time to time. Okay, so these are the lesson numbers and what unit they fall into. I guess I can just fill that in or check it off as they do it. Oh, master completion chart. This is nice. So if you weren't doing the online version, let me back up a little bit. It has your lesson 1, you did your reading, you could check off after you did your vocabulary and your language arts, which I guess would be in your workbook, right? Your language arts workbook. I'm assuming when they said grammar on the online version that meant your workbook. Okay, so here's that same list, right? Lesson 1, here's your first vocabulary unit. Read each word and its definition. Use the space below each word to write a synonym, write a sentence containing the word, draw a picture, or use some other device to help you commit the definition to memory. You will have a vocabulary quiz in lesson 5. Okay, so they encourage you to do some work there. Lesson 2. Oh, these are new words each time. Oh, they've got a crossword. Those are fun. And here's your quiz. Nice. It's nice. I like that they're fill-in quizzes. And it's just I like that it's just corresponding with the lessons, right? Okay, let's look at the language arts workbook. So yeah, we haven't used these yet, so this isn't quite like a review of the course, but a preview of the materials, right? Okay, so completion chart, similar to the last one. Well, here's that grading sheet. This is just like the one that they could print out. So they could be recording their scores in here. For their assignments. Grading, it goes by quarter too. Okay, so here was the same definitions that we saw online. So discussing subjects and verbs. It gives a special tip down here to find the subject and verb. Locate the verb first and ask who or what performed the verb. Yes. And then, oh, here's the quiz here. So they make it so convenient. So you don't have to get online. If you have a kid who has a problem with screens or and you prefer them to work just with paper, which I personally do, then I prefer this. Lesson 2, they talk about clauses. I just wanted to see what else is in here. Phrase review. Gerunds, participles, infinitives. The writing process. Let's see what they've got here. This is the stuff I'm really interested in. Every writer is going to have their own writing process. These 5 steps can help you find your own personal process. So they're going to go over pre-writing, writing, revision, editing, and publishing. It says, quiz yourself, list the 5 steps of the writing process below. Don't peek. 4 types of writing: expository, descriptive, narrative, and persuasive. Again, a lot of this will probably be review, but for most people by 9th grade. But I feel like the beginning of the year is always a lot of review. Still talking about 4 types of writing: fragments, run-ons, and splices. So they read that and they take the quiz. Narrative essays, outlines. Okay, there are 4 main components to effective outlines: parallelism, coordination, subordination, and division. Let's explore each component. Narrative writing. Here's a rubric. So it's very self-directed. I love that. So fun. Short story, okay. So yeah, there is a lot of teaching in here. It's very self-directed. They just work their way through. They can keep track of their own grades in here. Okay, so let me know. Do you have any questions? Did I show you everything you needed to know about the Easy Peasy literature and composition 1 course. Stay tuned. Next video, I'll be showing you a flip through of the curriculum I chose for science.